I'd say a difficulty that's both gentle and cruel. Oh yeah, this part. So remember what's in the game is hard. Neat. Come on, Michael Cat. How you doing, girl? Hopefully, generous. Ooh, ooh. Oh, what? Oh. The break in the last two bullets of every wave is always so weird. So weird with enemies that shoot before they, like, materialize. It makes sense that they do it, but still. Okay, McKay, once again. It's the same... Honestly, if they had made it lasers, I wonder if it would almost be better. No, it wouldn't be better, but... Ooh, bad loop, bad loop-de-loop. You know, surely at some point I'll probably hit 2.0 before the mid-boss, right? I feel like it's gotta be manageable with Rainbow. What? Hello, Light General. Right middle. Baba Booey. You see the interesting thing of Zune being asked if he was going to be like resurrected as any Touhou character, who'd he pick? He can't pick Renosuke, and he said Kogasa. That feels weird. What time you wake up today? I guess I should better ask what time is it now. Don't tell me you're Australian. It's over for me. Quarter to 4 p.m. Quarter to 4? Do you mean quarter after 4? It's 3:45. Does, like, Newfoundland or something have a half-hour time zone? So I think a half-hour based time zone exists in, like, Australia, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not sure where So there is one there. Interesting. I was gonna say, it's like, it's 2:15 here. It's like, the only way it's possible is with the rare half-hour time zone. Which, I know they exist. But I don't know where has them. Whereas has a plus 45 time zone. Okay, I'll believe that one. I knew somewhere in Australia didn't have a full hour-based time zone. That's like not quite an hour offset from everything else. Oh boy, I wish I couldn't cough. Newfoundland. At this point, it should start be called Old Finland. That's a great joke. Almost as good a joke as me getting my ass kicked by a Mickey cat. Well, let me ask one of the more important questions. Hold on. Let me ask one of the more important questions. You know, I'm gonna have to say a word. You know, I wish I could censor it, but sometimes I gotta say it. So you know, gotta throw out the trigger warning. But like, are you in one? Are you in one? But it's hard to say. Are you one of those? Fuck you, you piece of shit, Mickey. You in one of the? You one of the French-speaking locations? Yeah, Mickey, that's all I've been getting today. No? Okay, ooh. I was real worried for you for a second. So are you talking about one of 12... I didn't react to it in the moment, but are you talking about one of 12 places that doesn't do an hour-based time zone difference, instead is a partial one? Now I'm interested in exactly all the locations that do have one. Fuck, no one reminded me about the plane. Damn it, I'm gonna have to... I don't have a plane ready. I'm sure it's just wonderful being in one of the half-hour different time zones every time, you know. You deal with places, you know, you're dealing online with places that are from the hour-based time zones. It's just great, it's just wonderful having to go half-hour based for everything. That was just complete foof. I'm cooked at Nikkei. It's Sonya over right now. They should separate time zones more often. Every hour-based time zone goes accordingly 1 minute. What time zone do you live in? I live in the 7:53 time zone. Oh, me, I'm at 7:57. 4 minutes ahead. Oh, it's a funny reaction. Yeah, well, it is, because it is a very generally rare thing, because I believe most of the more populated places on Earth don't do that, or don't have half-hour base. Now, like, I'm familiar with the fact that they exist. It's partially why I guessed it, but I didn't actually know if, like, Newfoundland had it. That was one of those things where I was like, I might have heard that at some point. Or it's like one of those things I'm pretty sure I saw at some point. I was like, interesting, and then you just kind of like don't think about it. Because someone who's never been to Canada, let alone the far east of Canada, not a common thing I see. Although, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think there's a more important question to be asked here. Which is, why were you waking up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Why am I over there? I was good, and then I double tapped it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna worry about it. If I worry about it, I mean question it. See, all you had to do to get out of it was lie, and then just say that, oh, I work a night shift. And I wouldn't, and I would have believed it and moved on. India is a half-hour time zone? I didn't know India as a whole was. Like, if you were to tell me that part of India was, I would believe it. But, like, as a whole, I didn't know that. Zigzagging. Breath. I'm cooked. Sorry, one of these days I'll stop coughing, surely. Also, surely one of these days it's gonna stop snowing. Oh, guess what? More snow. Yippee-ki-yay, I love driving that. Ooh. Excuse me. Surely this time we get past stage 1. Did you get your butt over here so I can actually shoot you? Whoa, hitbox moment. Love that. I fucking hate you so scummy, Mickey. Okay, hold on. I really gotta get smarter. Okay, I'm back. But before I do anything else, let me now I piqued my curiosity. Time zones. Show me a time zone list. This was not the most straightforward, easiest thing to read. I like how, looking at this time zone, it's like, Newfoundland is just like a blip. It's just like a little, like, whoop, just around that. There's a lot of janky time zones with a lot of the islands in the Pacific, but that makes sense. Because some of those time zones are obviously going to be a bit janky. I guess I never knew that India was entirely a half. Was that Tehran also the same? It is funny to look at the Newfoundland on a map because it's like, oh, here's like all of Greenland with it, and then there's just like a little, just like a slight divot. Newfoundland. I guess there's a number of places. So again, a lot of these are like the random Asian islands and stuff. I'd say it makes some sense. It is weird looking at places that are east of other places but have like a further time zone. Just due to the way that some of these fall. Okay, this time for sure, right? I should do something else. Why is it... there we go. I turned it Asian, I couldn't read. This is the one thing we did not want to happen. I was just like, I'm gonna do this dodge, and there's 20 other things I should have done. And by 20, I mean like 2. Dude, I love when she goes high up. It's so based. Oh, she didn't die by then? I guess my damage was bad, wasn't it? Ah, come on. If the back bullets were like slightly faster, it'd be so much better. Because then you don't have to deal with the lingering last wave in the first wave. Oh, because it's... That was some dodging. Oh, boom. Always thinking you could do it. It is a very interesting spell. Because, like, on the surface, it's kind of just like a absolutely brutal micro spell. Fuck you. Oh, that's not. It's really easy to do. It does look pretty easy, like on the surface. There is a lot to learn about it, though. Like, there are definitely lines where you want to aim for, like, where it overlaps, but... I see the Aaron attack. I see what you mean. I don't know the Aaron attack off the top of my head. The only two Aaron spells I know off, I can remember the names off the top of my head are Horai Elixir and Astronomical Entombing. But I know what you're talking about. It's cooked. You just get those really weird, like, diagonal angles. It makes it so awkward. And the problem is it's so easy to, like, look at one dodge and be like, oh, that's the dodge I want to make. And then you just tunnel vision on the one. A terrible line. I need to have gone to the right another block. These first two attacks are just so brutal on Sonya. Like, not that the rest is, like, significantly better, but, like, these first two are just so... painful. Especially when she's this low on her on this second one on. We love that. Come on. My micros are not in point. My dodges are not point. My routes aren't on point. It's all over. get your booty over here? It's like, the worst part is like the few times I like go to play well and like go to actually make a good line is I just fumble the execution. It's exactly what I mean right there. Oh my gosh, I can't beat that. Oh, you kidding me? She's high up. I do a bad direction early where I lose all my damage and then I don't even dodge it. Ay, yeah. Like it's cooking me right now. Like a fine height, right? These thronging crowds. Come on, the one time I finally get past 9-2 and I just die like that, the last second. There we go. Finally, one. Let's just do the whole thing as a whole quickly. For nons aimed, there is an aiming component to them, but I mean, all three of her nons have that. Well, I don't know if the first one necessarily has the aimed component, but they all have the squish component. That's what I'll call them on all of Sanya's nons. You can influence them, but not to any like static degree. Oops, I did not mean to kill that one. What happens if I stall this one? Oh, okay. But if we go back to this real quick, nope, that's the stage portion. That's not what I want to do. You'll see if I go up here, she's gonna shoot this out. It's gonna collapse a little bit around where I am. Otherwise, that's really the only thing about that. If we notice on non 2 here. Like, I go up in here, I do the misdirection, as you can see, which causes the squish factor. You know, as you can see, it looks, you know, it kind of looks like it bends around based on where I am. Yeah, so that's why, actually, if you notice on this attack, because I could stay down here the entire time, and there's rationale to do that. Staying near the bottom here is usually fine if she doesn't go low, in my opinion. But if she goes low, then the misdirection is definitely important. And then if we go on non 3 here, I believe... I think this might have the squish to it, but I like bottom hug the entire time. But what you will notice is if I'm right here, it's gonna come down onto me. But there is, I believe, an aspect of this that kind of like changes its aim a bit. So I think they all have an aspect of squish. So they all have an aimed component, but they're not really aimed attacks per se. Like, it's not just like a misdirection or something and you can get around it. A streaming or something. And the second attack is the only one that I actually like try to take advantage of that fact on. You know, I wish I had an aimed component. This. Yeah. Okay, what I want to actually do is I want to look at this section a bit more. Because this is the section that pisses me off. Do I stay for the first 2 or do we do the first 4? Let's do the first 4. That didn't seem great, but it worked. Oh, that's just wonderful. How did that guy stay alive for so long? So I think the kill the first 4 is optimal. Cope? I wasn't moving enough there. This section sucks so much doo-doo butt. It's definitely easier, don't get me wrong, but I hate it more than the yellow section at the end of right before Jimbo. It's a disgusting section. Oh my gosh, how long do they stick around and shoot for? Brett. I like the broad idea, it's just there's gotta be some middle ground thing to help. Because, like, I want to be unfocused, I feel, during a lot of this. But, like, but it's also a lot harder to dodge when you're unfocused. Yeah, just do that consistently every time. Surely that's a free thing, right? You're supposed to move faster. I forgore. Oh, buddy. Because, like, there are points where you want to focus, probably, to, like, try to, like, move through better. But, like, then you just leave a couple of guys alive slightly longer, and boom, you're faced with so many more Mentos. I do think this is the plan, though. Like, the left, right, left. Right, left. start on the left, kill the first 4 here, unfocused. We come over here, quickly kill the 6, come back over here, and then immediately do another sweep back over here, and then do another sweep back to the left, and then from here everything's dead, and you try to get back to the center. I think that's like the broad good idea. It's just it is a disgusting series of events. We do that, and then from here, it's the triple at the end, right? Yeah. It's like you got the 3 sections in the middle. You got that... the Peerless Wind God off section, you got Jimbo, and you got this. They're the big stage 4 stage portion problems. Why are you alive for so long, buddy? Yeah, so as long as you can get out that spinny guy section, like, as long as you can get to that section, like, quick enough, it's kind of fine. Don't do that, of course. So the real question is just trying to get through this as... didn't wiggle enough. So left here till you kill the 4th. There's where you linger on that second right move. You linger slightly longer? Question mark? Because otherwise, then when I cut back to the left, I leave too many of them alive. Well, I guess it depends on how slow you are in that second section too. Theoretically, if I did the stage start to beginning with the music in line, I could always get a sound cue for it. No, but that seems to be, like, the idea, as bad, as kind of annoying as it is. Hello, Fanny. Of black-haired Okina. I'm personally more interested in the fact that Zune said he'd, if he had to be resurrected as any Touhou character, he'd pick Kogasa. That's what I find personally more interesting. Although the black-haired Okina is also a funny one. So I think I like that broadly as the stage. It's just that middle section of garbage into Jimbo into slightly less garbage is a problem. And the opening section has its issues, but Ooh. 49 of 75 on ISC, no item, no sub. Nice, nice, making progress. That or only the slurry remains. Okay, remember the second non is different than the first one. We have to do double cutbacks on it. Because Zune hates us. The Cheeto. So our Twitter loves Black Hero Kina. Oh, I know that these people, excuse me, will gladly get their hands on anything to start making new art. I love how quirky that non is. She really is right. These yin yangs do be suffocating. Oh, I went up! I actually went up. Oh, it's gonna look quirky, and I hate to see that. Hello, Game Glitcher. Game Glitcher, what are your thoughts on Zune if he was to be reincarnated as a Touhou character picking Kogasa? Ooh, good thing she died. So, no, that's something he said. There's a, like, new interview or something, and Ice Fairy's going through a bunch of things. This is the Black Hair Okina, where he said that Okina dyes her hair. Yep. Says Okina's actually black hair, has black hair, but she dyes it. One. And he was asked if he was able to... If he was to be resurrected as like a Touhou character, or something along that line, who would he pick? And he can't pick, the rule is he couldn't pick Rinosuke. He said Kogasa. Those are the only two parts of, like, the conversation I saw. I didn't see any of the other tidbits. But it's not that she died it once and it stayed that way. Listen, the realm of the back door is ever unchanging. It's literally like the horror elixir, oh my goodness. Oh, hitbox. Oh, fuck. You go for the you for drinking. Listen, something tells me his answer to 90% of these questions are just he's thinking on the spot, what do I want to answer this with? Oh, this is fun. Sure, let's go with it. God body's work. She's got that godlike body, if you ask me. Nico got into clothes into Twitter feed. Nah, like you said, they're all just obsessed with the Okina with black hair. Ooh, that was a disgusting one because that dark blue ball came down and they just slowed. Changes her hair length between stage 6 and extra. Why not her color too? I mean, she's gotta be bored, right? You just kind of like send her around. You know, you have whatever fun you can, right? Just really got out of the back door. She sits there and does nothing. Might as well have some fun where you can, right? Oh, that was disgusting with the 2 greens. She does stuff, but it's not that interesting. Why, taxes? I'm doing a whole lot of work sitting here watching Reimu do work. Yeah, I'm doing a good job. That's a certified Yukari moment as well. Oh! That was just so inconsistent. Let's putting it mildly. At least it is quite inconsistent. I love this boss. I mean, it's the hardest boss fight in the game. But I do enjoy it. Like, this spell is so much fun. Even if it is complete garbage. The nons are easy. The third non is a little annoying. I don't particularly like it. The first 2 are fine, but the problem is remembering that like they're done a little bit differently. Like, the first non's fine, but then I've died several times to the second non, just because I forget it's different than the first one, and I go to handle it the same way. I just forget. Oops. Oh, I need to escape to the left or right. Those 3 big balls just locking. Smart the hardest part? Yeah, because of this spell. Like, this stage is the hardest stage in the game, and to be fair, a lot of that is carried because the stage is so brutal. Don't know if that's fair. I mean, here's the thing. I have not done Kaimata enough to say anything about her. But most people I've heard say that she's pretty easy, like comparatively to stage 6s. And Megumu has her problems, don't get me wrong. Megumu Non 2 is disgusting in its own right, like, not taking anything away from that. But like, and it's not like it's not like Misumaru Final's free. Like, Misumaru Final has plenty of problems. Misumaru's spell 2 is tight. Even if you do the misdirect, which helps a little bit, it still is incredibly tight. Like, your micro's gotta be on point. These final bosses, relative to how hard the game is, she's still average. I don't know. Like, I don't have enough experience to say on my own. I've just heard Alan talk about how she's probably about slightly harder than, like, Yuyuko. Once you learn it. Anti-hugging range is quite big. It's also really weird that it's on, like, this attack. And the second non, too. Which are also attacks where it's like, it's not really relevant on? Oh, I paused. Mega Move's, for the most part, quite manageable. It's really her second on that is as disgusting as it can be. No, her first spell is not static, but it is relatively consistent. But it is not static. The time that the stars start moving on Mega Move Spell 1 is random. Or it's like a random timer of like certain times. Again, it's not static, but it is not it's not that hard to spell. Is that per star, per wave? Per star. There is a time to when the stars will start shooting based on when they spawn in. But, like, let's just say each star will start moving, like, anywhere from 1 second to, like, 2.5. I don't know the exact specific. I don't know the specifics of, like, what the timer actually is. But the stars do move randomly. They have a random, like, timer of when they'll start moving. That being said, again, it is relatively quite consistent. Especially with Reimu, because homing just... it's one of the rare homing W's in this game, where having the homing makes it take a wave less than the other shot types. Which isn't saying a ton, because it's not like it's that brutal. But it is one of the few homing W's to make that attack a bit easier. So... Sakia charges it. Anyway, Sakia doesn't kill... I think Sakia kills in like 1.5 waves, though. It is one of the few attacks, I believe, where Sakia does kill it slower than Reimu. Which is a very rare thing to say. Shot like Sakia. Well, Sakia is regarded as the best shot type in the game, I believe, right? Goodness. Just because it deals the most boss damage. Like, consider that this spell 1 with Reimu, I can get it as quick as like 20 seconds. I think I've got it down to like 19 before or something. But I think I believe this spell optimally with Reimu you can get like 20 seconds. And sometimes it'll take closer to 25, 30. But with Saku, you can kill in 15 seconds. Although again, optimal damage outputs are hard sometimes. But that is why Reimu is a very bad shot type in this game. That, you know, generally second worst. Because her boss damage is just bad. Comparatively. He did what? I know, it's crazy, 11. Yeah, Subterranean Reimu C does have a really good... Satori. Is the thing. It is difficult to aim with, but if you're used to aiming with it, it does have a really bad UNR. Is, I believe, or is it Petaflare? I'd have to ask Alan. He's the race C expert. It's versus the Cheerno Gate back in 2007. What the fuck's Cheerno Gate? Is this when he called her a 9 and a Baka in the POFB? Is that Cheerno Gate? This is literally like 9/11 for Okina fans. It's unbelievable. That's a joke. Gonna get it sometime. That falling. Why don't you go look at the Ice Fairy comments that he literally put in the Discord about Okina dyeing her hair and Zun's note on that? Game Glitcher, huh? Takes 5 seconds to read, bro. You literally just read the fucking words. Need to have gone up and left. Ah, you look at that HP! Released in my heart that review herself. Definitely, that's definitely how this works. What would Dio rated? Actually, I have no clue. I don't look at the rankings list ever, so I don't actually know. Kina stonks. They're in the gutter now. What do you mean in the gutter? Is there a problem with the fact that she dyed her hair blonde? Well, she dyed for black to blonde. It doesn't mean her hair was necessarily graying. You think Yukari dyes her hair blonde as well? Hold up, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Hold on a second. I gotta stop doing this fight right now. That'll be great, no. I don't know if I was gonna go as far as to say it's gray normally, but she's gotta do it to say to look as young as possible. Oop, that was a bad movie. Who's messaging me? Already happening. Oh yeah, PZ's already said that he's seen a lot of black hair. Can't you wait? I want to see something. Is that Okina and Yukari Yuri? Hold up a second, Brody. Hold on. Whatever. It's hidden in the ether. But so as I was saying before, the time that the stars start moving here is random. They do play on a timer, but the time that they decide to start moving is varied based on that. I saw you posted something about Moko in the Discord, but I'm not playing Hero of the Ice Fairy today. Some of the stars move ahead. Well, it's not necessarily that the stars, like, some of the stars move ahead of the others, because, like, okay, that notices that some stars move, but, like, theoretically, it could be static that, like, oh, these certain stars move ahead of others. But it is random, like, which stars decide to start moving first. It is what makes this part a little inconsistent, because, like, how the stars on the left there break down for you to get out does vary. So it makes it pretty annoying. Or a little annoying, I should say pretty annoying. Because, again, it's a relatively fine attack, but... Unlike this attack, which is just great. Super consistent, literally free. The laser spells are something you can get good at, but they will always be tight. Fortunately, I'm not great at them yet, but I'm getting better. Misdirect by doing a half circle round. Are you talking about in the first spell? Yugi spell. What fucking part of that is Yugi? Ah, that would hit me from there. I should have been up, but... I got too focused on the laser, but the laser, like, spawned away from me, so I wasn't able to lock in on that quickly. There's really not much of a misdirection you can do here because of the very timing that the stars start moving. Or at least not like a major misdirection. Ah, yeah. Practicing Mega Moon, I can't even reach Stage 3. First of all, that's wrong. I've reached Stage 3 several times. Second of all, because doing runs isn't really the relevant thing. But my number one goal is just to optimizing my Stage 3s, 4s, and 5s, although I'm less interested in Stage 5 a bit. but I still gotta get good at Mega Move. Specifically, of course, non-2. The non-2 and the laser spells are the real question marks with Mega Move. Like, spell 3 is a little awkward, but it's kind of just tight, and I'm not, like, super used to it yet. I don't like non-3, but non-3's not that bad. I just don't like it. That's kind of foolish. I jumped up too early. Or too late, actually. Yeah, the aim stars on the first spell are not directly aimed. They kind of aim at your general location, your direction. Otherwise, you could do some, like, really specific misdirection. See, again, I was slightly too late there. Ooh, and I couldn't get around it totally. Is that the sub doll? Oh, you're trying to use the bottom submissive doll you to dominate? Fair and balanced non-spell. No issues in that non. These lasers are just certified hitbox moment, like, just personified. And it turns with prone to encouraging degenerate behavior. First of all, when did I not? Second of all, what specifically? Yeah, I could think about the laser spells as just, like, the itty-bitty taps you need to do sometime. I'm not the biggest fan of those taps. Holy shit, could you get your booty over here so I can hit you? Thank you. I do not like this non-Sam I am. At least this spell ends up being pretty consistent. I know I'm going to say that and immediately run into a bullet. That spell also drops a big P? That's interesting. Ah, yeah. There's so much to, like, try to micromanage on that final spell. It's like any given wave can be perfectly fine. But there's, like, so much to, like, try to dance between. I mean, to be honest, for practicing, I haven't even practiced the stage 5 in this game. Like, I've done, like, 2 sections. Briefly. But I don't do Megamu because she's fun. Spells are pretty. They are pretty. Her attacks as a whole are all very pretty. Give attacks like this one are cringe. Isn't that dense? Depends on what the stars decide to do, though. Sometimes they're very dense. Listen, sometimes it turns into me talking with women. Very dense. Illusion is honest. It's a very honest spell. It's very upfront with its the fact that it's going to gamble with you. Okay, girl. Like, what the fuck was that? Skill exposure. Touhou coach Remy is associated with the concept of charisma. That is a thing. Let's see, most honest test of raw dodging skills than gimmick fights. That is 100% true. It's also why people like Junko. For a big reason. Did you use freaking, like, chat GPT the fucking Remy fight? Would you get stepped on by Moko? I don't know, I'm not the biggest Moko fan. Like, there are some Mokos, like some Moko writings I've really liked, but for the most part I'm, like, kind of neutral on her. I don't have a strong opinion. Move quick enough. I love actually throwing. They call me Throw Fonzo. If you draw Moko, she isn't smoking, I will fight you. I'm gonna go draw Moko, and she's literally holding a no smoking sign. Guys, be happy. I'm actually, like, behaving myself. I was thinking about saying something really funny, questionable, but I decided, you know what, I'm not going to. For about 20 seconds, probably. Wild dance in the sky racing heavenly steeds. Her spell names are very grand, aren't they? She's kind of like Yomu, if you think about it, with these spell names. Moko beat this guy's balls. Certified hitbox moment. Ay, cocksucker. How can Moko be with this? That's beautiful. Dude, how much fishing with Kaguya do you have to do to get her fishing skill to 5? That's like 1,000 fishing XP, or it's like 500. I don't know if it's 500 or 1,000 fishing XP. Also, because there's no place in the bamboo forest where you can fish, right? So how the fuck do you get fishing that high? It's Kaguya, unless you're playing as Kaguya. But who does that? Okay, if Kaguya X Moko is real, who would be the Fuda? I told you it'd take me like 20 seconds still. I said another questionable thing. Moko, obviously. What world would be Kaguya? There are worlds that exist. What are you talking about? He turns after reincarnation. Ay-ya-ya. I never said anything about that. I just said Fuda. Big difference there. Ooh. Wants to marry Moko or fools? Why? Why? Huh? What's your answer for this? I feel like you say this about every character. Girl in pain every fight? What does that mean? Wait, what do you mean by this? Pretty colors. I thought Moko likes pain. I thought she's one of those emo like that. Like, pain is what helps me, makes me know I'm alive. Oh, I walked into the bullet. Anytime Moko uses her flame power, it burns her. Okay. Just a very Shanghai doll you can put on a shelf and just look at it, be an anime all day like you want all your women, apparently. So true. Moko emo? I feel like 90% of Moko interpretations I see are emo. In fact, if I were to pick which Touhou character is often depicted the most emo, I would say it's probably Moko. Huh. I love when she goes really high. And then I still walk into the bullet. Grandma used pretty bad pre-OSD. She killed a bunch of people just because she was mad. I feel like a lot of characters have actually killed a bunch of people. How many people has Moko killed? Loud noises. Right into the microphone. Well, there she at least killed one person. We know that canonically. Probably indirectly killed a bunch of people with... No, that's Kaguya. Kaguya indirectly killed a lot of people. So go kill trillions must die. Huh. Oh, fuck, I walked up, damn it! Oh, that was really good, though. The nice area have higher maintenance costs than an AC. Okay, if you had to live at either the Moriah Shrine, the fuck, what's the Ocarin's Temple called? I don't know. The Ocarin's Temple or the Divine Spirit Mausoleum. Which one are you picking? The Mioran Temple, that's what it's called. You gotta pick one of the three. Ooh, I moved up too much. Bjorn, and then followed by me anything that not Bjorn. Hold up. I can't believe Michigan just lost. Holy moly. Definitely wouldn't want to live at the Moriah Shrine. That shit sounds awful. What do you mean? Whoa. What do you mean? Michigan lost to Wisconsin by 3. Probably knocking them down. So if Iowa State wins later, we're going up to number 2 in the rankings. Holy shit, this is so base right now. Okay, I'll go like slightly more longer before I go do some branching. You can't pick the Hawkeye Shrine. Excuse you, 11. That's illegal. That was not part of the question. The question wasn't where would you living in Tokyo. You have to pick one of the 3 locations. What you picking? Bro, right now you gotta pick chicken or beef. Personally, I prefer pork. Fuck, that's not part of the question, my guy. Hold up. You're in a year when the mausoleum arc and CES is finished. Fine. Oh, no. Actually, I can't give you that. I will let you only if you explain what personality excretion is. Hello, back. Nice to see you again. Question were you on about? I said Mioran Temple. I hope personality. Well, I brought that up because 11 refuses to give an answer to this current question, so I said he can pass on as long as he answers that previous question, which I'm still curious about. But the question was Game Glitcher. Mioran Temple, Moriah Shrine, or Divine Spirit Mausoleum. You gotta pick one of them to live in. Where you living? Merry Christmas display. Happy Valentine's Day. You know, that's kind of not the proper route, but it worked. You hate people so mausoleum. Oh, this plays earlier late. No, he's just a jolly being. Also, the answer is obviously the Mariah Shrine. Certified hitbox moment. How? Well, it's just common sense. Actually, never mind. It's Byakuran because her ability appeared on the screen right now. Look at it. Do you see her? It's obviously that. Shoddy. Oh, what that Fang do though? The question was, so you just gonna say Jolly Presents? No, I said display. If you're gonna live at the Myoran Temple, the Mariah Shrine, or the Divine Spear Mausoleum, which one you picking? Yeah, hot grade fan. Okay, will I remember to actually time down to Kane's midnight? Let's find out. You want to wake up every morning to Kyoko shouting across the entire place? Is that what you want? Three, 2, 1, 0! Listen, do you really want to be going down on Byakuran and then suddenly Kyoko barges in the room and screams "Good morning" at the top of her lungs? I don't think you want that to happen. Any Kappa Yappa fans? Very beginning courtesy because of Snake, courtesy of Suwako. Seriously, let's and I watch. No, what would happen is Suwako would encourage Sanai in this situation. Like, Hanako's the one who's critical of Sanai's relationships, and Suwako's the one who wants grandchildren. Or whatever it would be, you know, great-grandchildren, you know. I guess grandchildren in this situation. When in doubt, just play passive on that spell. Although it's annoying because it takes longer, it's just generally more consistent when you play passive. I love having homing in my Touhou games. Wish homing existed more often. He's gonna sit there frowning at you. Better than being screamed at, or hearing the screaming in my ears of Kyoko. Not that Kyoko's condemning you or anything, but just she's just... That player Nosuke's son or non-dormy daughter? Forgot that question. Tokyo's gonna be a daughter. Obviously, boys don't exist in Tokyo. Those words even mean they can mean whatever you want. I could buy Yukari? I could buy Chirno as a slave? Hold up. Oop, nice lag. The blank card in stage 5. Maybe take the blank card in your butt. This part's so awkward. I just diddled the bed on that one. Oops, I didn't even see that. Okay. A good day. We'll go to some branching, though.